Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about a process of self-reflection and introspection related to psychological, social, and coaching-related topics. We try to do that as often as possible. We got over 500 of these available, so worth checking out. And today we're going to talk about 5 things that make success easier. Or successful habits. So if you're looking to improve yourself in 2021, as most people are trying to get back to daily living, and hopefully we're able to do that in the next few months in a more traditional way to what we're used to here in the 21st century, then certainly worth giving a listen. If you're trying to set new habits and goals for yourself, reaching out for coaching might be a good idea. Please do that through my website in the About Me section on this YouTube page, or you can also do that through PO Perception as far as reaching out is concerned on Twitter, and that's the best way, or the best ways, plural, to reach out. But 5 things to do if you want to be more successful in the now. And some of these are going to sound really, really simple, but actually hanker down on these. Expect the unexpected and expect the unknown. Look, life is going to throw you things that you don't know what to do with. And if you expect to be caught off guard some of the time, that you need to be able to pivot at a moment's notice, that you need to be able to react to, somebody taking sick, or somebody running late, or somebody changing their mind about a relationship, or a business deal falling through. It's not to say to awfulize your situation. Don't go to the place of everything's going to be bad for me, but having a basic idea of, if something goes wrong here, what would I do, is a really good way to be more successful. Because if you have at least a contingency plan for something going offhand, for example, if I am, let's say, watching a friend's child who has emotional challenges, and we're supposed to go to a baseball game, but it could rain, it's my duty to make things go easily, to think of, well, if it rains, what do I do to make those damages as little as possible? I expect the unexpected, and I go, well, maybe we could go to get pizza, or we could go to Chuck E. Cheese, or I could say to the kid, hey, we'll go to tomorrow's game instead. But if I have a plan for the unexpected, then I will at least be able to pivot and affect people the least amount possible, thereby creating the least amount of trauma and drama in my own life. The next is find your passion and live it. Now, living your passion doesn't necessarily mean you consume yourself with it. And I think this is where people get confused. When you say live your passion, a lot of people interpret that to mean block out everything else and become so focused on it it becomes obsessive, or can. When in reality, it's take space for your passion. Take space for that thing that matters most to you, that lights you up. For me, that's I have 3. One of them is broadcasting, much like this. One of them is professional wrestling, which is the thing in my life for 32 years of my almost 40. That has always been there for me. Where people have failed me, where relationships have fallen short, it as a form of entertainment has been there for me. And then the third one for me is music, just the glory of sound. Those are my passions. Those are my points where I light up. And so every day, at least one, if not more than one of them, are a part of my daily life. That's what living your passion means. Making space for the things that light you up and being deliberate about it. So the next one is find ways to serve. Serve doesn't necessarily mean you have to go on an international mission trip, although if that's your thing, I commend you for it. But serve could be something as simple as spending 5 minutes talking to the homeless person on the side of the street and treating them like a person. Serve could mean offering to walk your neighbor's dog one extra time because they have extra work late. Serve could mean something as simple as stepping backwards in line one spot because you see that there's a person who's having a difficult day. Maybe they've got some physical limitations and they need to or it's hurting them to be standing as long as they are. Serving is so simple because all it means is taking the needs of another person, putting them before your own, and then completing an emotional transaction. It doesn't mean losing yourself, and it doesn't mean it has to be this grandiose gesture. It just means it has to be deliberate. The more often you make a decision to be of service, the easier it will be for positivity to flow through you and therefore to have the energy to reach your own goals. Turn your pain into fire that fuels you. So, this is a huge one for me. We've all been through difficult experiences, or almost all of us. We've all, or almost all of us, been through things we'd rather not remember and think about. But if you can turn the pain of that, the emotional discomfort of that, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, the injustice of that into fire that fuels you, that says, I'm going to take this thing that was meant for my destruction and turn it around and get it to mean something more, mean that I overcame it, mean that my overcoming it is an awesome thing. That's where your power lies. That's a habit for success. Take the things that tick you off. Take the things that cause you emotional discord. Take the things that most people would be destroyed by and turn them into, you know what, in spite of all that, I'm going to succeed. In spite of all that, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to give to charity. I'm going to, love people well. I'm going to be open to experiences, even though they haven't always been kind to me. And when we do that, we really empower ourselves at a whole nother level. And then manage your time well. This is super, super important. Look, we all have the same amount of time. And I hate when I hear people say, I don't have time for that. No, you're not making time for it. Don't make excuses. The reality of I don't have time for this is actually I'm not making time for this. This isn't a priority in comparison to the other things I'm doing. That's the reality. But we lie to ourselves when we say we don't have enough time. Here's the truth. Every person has the same amount of time in a given day, in a given week, in a given month, in a given year. Now, how we use it is what makes us individuals. How we use it is where our power lies or where our power falls. But we all have the same amount of time. And using our time well means that we kind of understand that, and we learn to regiment our time a little bit better. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to reach out. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.